Okay, thank you for being here. So my name is Emilio Garcia Duarte. I'm the Senior Director for Latin America, and I'm the person responsible for putting together all the marketing initiatives in Latin America. I started in the MBA 6 years ago, first in Europe, now working in Latin America, based in New York, and mainly focused in Latin America. So today we're going to talk about how the NBA use their players and their brand ambassadors to grow their brand, and also how we utilize our influencers also to create brand awareness and to create marketing activity that can amplify everything that we do. First of all, let me tell you that in Latin America, for Latin America, we have one goal, which is to become the second most popular sport in Latin America. We know that football, soccer, is number one in Latin America, and we don't want to compete with soccer. We want to see how we can try to find ways to collaborate with other sports in order to find opportunities to grow both sports. In that sense, we put together a 4 key pillar marketing strategy that touch different base points so that we can somehow increase our brand and our fan ability and engage with our fan. So the first pillar, I'm going to talk very quick about these 4 pillars, and I'm going to focus on what is important for us today, which is how we utilize our brand ambassador. The first pillar is the content. We believe that in order to create fan ability with our fan base, it's very important to have quality content. And then I will show you an example of what we believe is quality content. What I mean is that we need to have the content where our fans consume that content and in the best quality possible. Second one is the practice. We believe that the fight for getting new fans in the NBA is fought in the youth audience. So we need to increase our practice, the practice of basketball. And for that, we have put together a strategy to grow the practice of basketball in Latin America. And the 2 next pillars are how we utilize our brand ambassador, our players, and how we can create lifestyle content to make that content appealing to the Z generation and also to millennials, which is our biggest fan base. But today I'm going to talk about how we use our players to create more brand awareness. Since 1936, when Adi Dassler convinced Jesse Owens to wear their Adidas shoes, a lot has changed in the world of brand ambassadors. We in the NBA are aware that we have one of the most iconic players in the world. But we know that we are still far in Latin America to be at the level, for example, of soccer. But we know that our brand ambassadors are a great asset for us. We have 113 international players in the NBA, 17 international players from Latin America. So we have to find ways on how to utilize all those players into the brand and how to create content with those players. But going back to what I said, we knew that soccer was the number one, and we knew that the greatest soccer stars were for Latin America. So we started to think on how to create a strategy to include all those superstars and mix it together with our stars. So we started to put together a list of big names who wanted to come to our games and wanted to have a premium experience by not only also coming to our games, but to meeting our players and being able to create some cool content with them. So we started to put this list together and we started to contact those players. At the beginning it was a little bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, because we didn't get any response. We thought we were going to get some response. Obviously we didn't want to pay any fee. We believed that we didn't have enough money to pay fee to these great players. Everything that we could offer is a premium experience and also the possibility to meet our players. But all of a sudden, we got the first fish to bite. And what a fish. So we were able to get Neymar to come to the finals in 2016, and we were able to meet with our players. This was the first time that a non-basketball player has visited the locker rooms of an NBA team in a finals game. You cannot imagine how difficult it was to operate this meet and greet with all the players. First of all, because it's very difficult to manage an agenda like a person like Neymar, and second of all, because of the craziness that is always around a big game like in the finals. All the content that we create with Neymar around the final was the most watched content in the finals, even bigger than the highlights of the final. The result was phenomenal for us. After this event, we started to wait and try to see if we could connect with other players to bring them to our events. And the second fish to bite was this one, Ronaldinho. We bring him to the All-Star and we meet them with all our big superstars over there. Not only with a big superstar, but also with big celebrities that normally goes to the All-Star. Again, this content was the most watched and the most popular content of all the All-Star combined. So the result was pretty amazing. And then the third collaboration that we got with the soccer player was with Antoine Griezmann, the French player who plays in the Spanish league. For us, it's very important that all those players at least speak Spanish or Brazilian, because for us the main market is Latin America. And what is funny with Griezmann is he's a huge NBA fan. But what is funny from Griezmann is that we continue that collaboration and we are creating content with Antoine Griezmann to a point where he monthly create and comment the highlights of the NBA. And the collaboration goes on. We have even gone to his house with NBA legends to create content in his NBA court at his house. He has an NBA court with the same measure. And then after all these collaborations, everything turned around. So now we started to receive calls from the soccer players who wanted to come to our event. And in 2017 finals, which we had Neymar again, but we have 25 requests from different soccer players who wanted to come to the final to have exactly the same experience that Neymar had the year before. Now our problem turned completely around. Now we have to design a process to decide what player was going to have what and what kind of access, because we could not provide all the same access to all those players. So in this year of the final, so Neymar came, we tried to create a different content. The good thing is that our collaboration with Nike started, and this was good because they were able to find for us courtside tickets, and to be honest, it was really good because from a content perspective, it worked very well. And then we were able to meet with Kevin Durant. But the funny thing is that Neymar came with his friend Lewis Hamilton. The guy called me a day before the final. He told me, I have a good news and a bad news. Which one you prefer to know first? I said, okay, give me the bad news. Well, the bad news is that I lost the plane and probably I won't be able to be at the finals. Okay, and the good news? The good news is that I have a friend called Lewis Hamilton. I don't know if you know him. Yeah, I think I know him. Well, he has a plane, he's going to give me a lift. But you have to find him a ticket. I said, don't worry. Come here, I'll give you a ticket. So we finally worked it out to bring both together. So again, 25 soccer players. From all the celebrities that we had that game, and you can take a look over there and all the celebrities that we have, the second most famous celebrity was Neymar and Lewis Hamilton, only surpassed by Rihanna. And because he had an incident in the final with Kevin Durant. Probably if he hadn't had that incident, Neymar and Hamilton would have been the most watched content again that year. So yes, after that, everything exploded. All of kind of requests from football, from soccer players to come to our events and our games. You have here Iniesta, Iniesta, Zinedine Zidane, Falcao, all of them. And we still have more. So now again, our plan is to try to filter. Just to give you an example, this is the best content that has worked in NBA Latin. So in the number 4 is this meet and greet with Kobe Bryant and Football Club Barcelona. And the number 3, Neymar visiting the finals in 2017. Number 2, Neymar and Curry meet and greet in 2016. And number 1, Ronaldinho. So the most watched content has been related to soccer and basketball in the NBA Latin America. In Twitter, similar position for the number 2, 3, and 2nd. Similar content that we see in Facebook. For number 1, there is a different face. Maybe you know him. Okay, so this is a gift that Bulls gave to Messi, and he tweeted, and to be honest, the content went viral. So this is what we do with our players and how we have integrated our players with the biggest celebrities in Latin America, which are soccer. And we have opened that door between soccer and basketball that wasn't open before, to a point that now Nike, in their last marketing campaign, one of the key pillars is to continue building this door, to continue building this relationship between soccer and football, which obviously now is going to be much easier because they have such an amazing talent. But this is what we have done with our players. I just want to also highlight what we normally do, or what is the work that we do with our legends. To be honest, working with the legends is a little bit easier than working with players. Players normally are more focused into the game, have a big entourage around, and it's very difficult to execute activities with them. But with the legends are much easier. And to be honest, one of the good things of working with NBA legends is that they have a sense of the show which I have never seen before. Let me put you just an example, a short video of what I'm telling you about. This was shot in 2016 in one of our flagship events in Rio de Janeiro around the final called NBA House. So, can we?
Hey, get the guy. Yeah, he can't get up. Come on. Come on. What are they doing? Dunking? He ain't gonna do it. No. No, he's not gonna do it. For real? Come on, where at? Here. He's a bounce kid. Yeah, you know he was out there. You know who that was. Yeah, you set us up. Yeah, we know. He set us up. Set us up. We knew what was going on. That's why he was on the back. Set us up. 6'1". 6'1". Oh, no, he didn't. Get loose. Make this, I'm running home. Running back home. Tell me when to do it.
Mas duvido que vai fazer assim.
He's getting busy though. You all right? Come on. Talking about this 10 years from now that he was an android, I bet. He he got lift third. Shit, he gets up. Oh, he getting it in now. He's getting it in now. Amazing. Look. Amazing.
Anybody you ever seen jump like that?
Oh no. That's sick. Did they tape that? That's nice. Yeah, no problem.
Right between the legs and left hand.
Yeah, I gotta get all that. Take all that to me. Bring all that to me off me. That's nice. I hope somebody got it. Yeah. We got it all. Rewind that. That's nice. That's nice. How do you top that? 3-point contest.
You know what I meant? I mean, they are comedians. When you have these kind of personalities, you have to do very little to get the content viral. Well, this video was the most watched video in NBA history. And it was not an NBA game video. It was a video shoot in one of our events. You can see with our legends. So let me now give you also. Can we go back? Okay. Now, I'm going to talk very briefly also about what we do with our influencer. In the NBA, we differentiate between celebrities and influencers. Depending if we are talking about a celebrity, then we have a different kind of access to these persons that if we are talking about an influencer. In the particular case of influencer, last year the NBA worked with more than 1,000 influencers, bringing them to all our events. Again, we don't pay any fee to the influencer. All we offer them is the opportunity to live a one-in-a-lifetime experience. Just let me put you an example, give you a brief snapshot of what we did with our influencers in Latin America. We brought from Latin America 12 influencers from Argentina, Brazil, and from Mexico, and I'm just going to give you a quick snapshot of what worked better last year in the finals. So the best content by far in Brazil was with Marcos Mion, famous TV presenter. The content went viral. We were able to introduce him to Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, bring him to Cleveland to watch the game. It was a great content. For Argentina, the collaboration that we have with Leo Montero, phenomenal. We create amazing content. We bring him to the second game of the final in San Francisco. We were able to capture great content, not only with the players, but also around the city. Went viral really well. And for Mexico, our collaboration with Gino Jean, with Bully, and with Diego Alfaro were great. We create a Facebook Live program to comment the finals, and we did a final program in the final. Again, worked very well. These are some of the results that we got in this influencer campaign. 12 influencers, 13 million impressions, 1.5 million interactions, and 7.6 million video views with all this content that we created. And this is more or less the things that we have done with our players and with our influencers. We have tried to create passion, because at the end of the day, everything that moves our fans are passion. So before finishing this panel, let me just quote one of my favorite philosophers, Julian Marias, who said that soccer is the weekly recovery of childhood. I would even go farther. I would not say only soccer. I would say a sport is the weekly recovery of childhood. That sentence is perfectly linked with another sentence that Juan Carlos Onetis, the famous Uruguayan writer, and at one time he was a ticket seller. He one time said, "What is a ticket seller if not a promoter of hope?" And that is exactly how I see myself in the NBA and how I see marketers, as promoters of hope, as people who can link that passion to our infancy. Because in today's world, that mathematician and statistic has taken over the sport to let us know every day that everything is about numbers, 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 analyzing data, finding a path to get to our fans' heart. We need to remind them that they are wrong, that no number is going to get to our fans' heart. Only the passion and only the magic. And we are the ones who had to convert that binary, ordinary language into magic, into passion. Because as Pablo Neruda once said, slowly dies those who are lack of passion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Emilio. Thank you very much.